Alright guys, this is the Samsung A52017 model, or more precisely the Samsung A520s. It's come here because it has a faulty screen. You can see this light up and nothing comes here. This is typical of OLED screens. So this video is to show you how to open this phone. The video that's going to follow up will show you how to perform the screen placement or replacement. So to open this phone, I need to unglue the back cover, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to just show you how to remove the old screen. I wanted to show you how to open, but I noticed it is cracked at the back here and I don't want to damage that plastic. But because we are interested in the screen, I'm going to hit the front and see if the screen connector is accessible from the front. So I'll put it on the hot plate and set the temperature to 100 degrees Celsius. Right now it's at 60, and so I'm going to give it time to rise to 100 and keep it at 100 for some 2 minutes. Or let me wait for it to reach 100, then I place it. I don't want the battery to overheat up, it's not nice. So it is at 98, as good as 100. Now let me place it in and then start my timer. The 2-minute timer. All right, let me now get in between like that. Because it's a dead screen, no worries, I can go violent with it. And for some reason these things always split glass fast, and I'll find it weird. Okay, put it back again and allow it to gain some more heat. Okay, and never forget to leave never forget and leave this thing on the heat plate. All right, open. Okay, so I'm going to use brute force, seeing that this is already gone. How are you? Okay, yep, that's just about it. Hey, you didn't come for your speaker. And fine. Open that. Okay, this is a dead screen. No loss. Okay, I guess we still have to go in from the other side, because when you look at the connector, it's on the underside, so I think I've not survived that. Now for that, I wonder whether also this I have to remove by heat, and right, so I guess after all this video shows you how to open the phone. Laziness. Okay, that's that. Now the challenge, was that this is also glass, and glass, oh okay, softened quickly. So I think I can take away the hot plate and then proceed to work with our surface right there. Okay, now, yeah, you were saying one more. Yeah? Okay, let me just finish and then give me the screwdriver. Just let me come back. Okay, now, okay, my top-down trousers. Okay, so let's remove the screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I need to pick this out manually, and now that that is done, I suppose I needed to remove the SIM card trays also before I can rip the back off. Okay, clean that, and this comes out. That's one tray. Now, okay, no, that wasn't necessary. I think I didn't see that there was actually a gap here between that plastic and the frame, because adhesive was running over it. And then this goes. I think I had wireless charging. Interesting. So this is how you disconnect the screen connector, and then the screen can now freely come out. Alright, see you in the next video. Like, share, and do subscribe. Okay, yeah, so we're going with this when acquiring the screen, such that it is easy. I think I'll also go with this just to give them a visual of how the replacement, the screen we are replacing should look like. Right, and this, because today I don't want to disconnect the camera, I'm going to have to cover it with tissue so that it doesn't get touched in the process of replacing the screen. I mean, this is a precaution you should take when doing a screen replacement, because it's pointless replacing someone's screen and then they have a very ugly camera. It's like you've robbed them of half of the use of their phone, which is taking clear pictures. Okay, so this is going to come over here and hold with tape around, so even if I touch the spoon, the tissue, there will be no worry that I have killed the camera. You get my tape and just that. Alright, this is our Samsung a520s, and we're back with our replacement screen, and the dead one is here, so we are going to place it in. Now this video is to show you how it is placed in. It's on but not secured because we needed to test it before buying, and this is just to confirm to you that that is the case. Now I am going to shut it down, but I think because it has a password, I cannot do that, so I'm going to just unplug power from it and then disconnect our screen right there, and then this roughly demonstrates how the old screen comes out, because it's just glued by adhesive. Now the next stage is that we are going to secure this onto that, That means cleaning the surface that is going to receive it, and we are going to do that by scraping away any residue glue from the old screen. So first step is to scrape that excess or that remnant of the old glue, and then the next stage is to now clean with isopropyl alcohol to make sure that there's no greasy substance between that will make the bonding process of the two surfaces by glue hard. And if you're new, please do hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, I pray and I request that you watch the full length of the video. Our hope is to get monetized, and that shall be of great help to us. Now watch out for these pads. These are the home and then back buttons, so you don't want to mess. So they are the back button and up screen buttons, so we need to scrape that. But seeing that this is a bit hard, let me rotate the screen and then roughly stretch this out, being careful not to touch that pad in any case. And this is the case we are having here. All right, okay, and we need to clean this. And this is an OLED screen, AMOLED screen, and it is a bit of a delicate screen, so we need to place it perfectly. It's also an expensive type of screen. I think the technology is just hard to make. But lately the prices have been coming down, most of all these older phones. Now this one I've gotten it at about $5 less. Okay, and then we're going all the way. I'm most interested in these boundary places because these really matter for the bonding case, and because I'm afraid of damaging those pads, I don't want to over insist on these areas, but this is us trying to expose as enough surface for the new screen to be bonded to the phone by. Okay, now we are scraping that. So screen replacement is simply about securely removing the old screen without causing damage to the phone, and then gluing the new screen. So if you're new, please do hit the subscribe button and feel free to return and just enjoy the process. Satisfying sounds as the scrape of the adhesive. This is a manner of smoke rising, which for the moment had scared me. I thought maybe it's the smoke coming from underneath, but I think it's the powder coating used on this, and the blade manages to affect it. So we are pushing all that away. We also don't want debris to go into the camera, so let me drag this one this way. Oh no, just touch the camera, but glad enough there was gap below it for it to yield to dissipate that force too. Okay, then pick this out and clean that place, and then place it back. If you're there, remind me in case I forget to put it back. And by the way, you guys who are subscribed, I'm impressed that a significant amount of you, or number of you, are actually returning to watch my videos. It is a pleasure having you here, and I honestly do not take it for granted. So let's do this. And I think I've cleaned the last bit. Now I need to clean that dirt out from that area, and I'm using a brush, which is a toothbrush. Okay, now the next stage is isopropyl alcohol right here, and this is to now clean any greasy organic substances between this surface on this surface of the frame. And we have to make sure no debris remains here. Hope I'm not touching the camera lens. that will be troublesome. So now getting all the residues, and then dip this in and wipe. No, Joshua, don't play with the mouse. So wipe here. Don't. Okay. Don't mind me. I have a friend here who wants to click on my laptop screen, so I'm not sure they'll click on the right thing. Okay. Now let's do that. It's a youngster, in case you're wondering. Not an adult though. Okay, so the next stage is to bring adhesive and apply it to the surface of the phone. And I've just been trying to clean any dust around this off camera, because I don't want the dust to go onto the surface we've just cleaned. So let me just clean it off camera and then bring it back. So I think now it's clean, and then it sits in there. Let me just put some tiny bit of adhesive to keep it in place. Okay, alright, so I'm just going to put some there and then bring it. I think this is the orientation, if I'm not mistaken. But I suppose it actually goes to the underside of the screen. Anyway, that said, let me bring our adhesive and put it around our frame. So I think that's fine to just, apply this adhesive in one go, which is fine. Now these parts we try to put as much as can possibly be put, because this provides a supporting framework for the base of the screen. And then we don't want to Josh, I told you not to press anything. I'll just send you outside if you keep disturbing. Okay, so don't mind that. Let's do this, and then come there like that. We're still in focus, so it was preferring my hand. Fill this part also, and then that, make sure we have enough there. Okay, put that there to give it room to settle down. Now we need to place also on the screen surface that we're going to join this one too, which is this. So that means I am going to go along the length of the phone screen like that, right, like that. Then this ends like that. I'll fill in the blanks later, but I'm still working on the edges, extreme edges, right there. Come all the way around. I'm going to put under this, no problem. I just wanted to finish with the other gaps and then give them my attention. Right, if you're new here, please do subscribe. Now these areas you need to put something. You put something there and there to provide that support. And then around here, okay, and then around there, somewhere there, and then there. You see my proximity sensor somewhere there. I don't want adhesive to block it, so we're going to push this to the side a bit, clean off some. And by the way, hit the subscribe button if you're just joining in, and it was just a video that you stumbled across. Okay, alright, now the next thing is to peel off this right there because it doesn't belong. It's just to protect this when it is on the thing. This is a sticker for the guy from whom I buy that, so those parts are not useful. Now let me bring this together to that, but before I do that, I want to pick this and place it on the screen there, because I think it is easier to manage with it in the screen. Okay, because of this sticker here, you don't want to sit in, but no problem, we'll get it there. I just want to make sure it is passing through the hole so that when I'm tying together, it doesn't crack my screen. So the next thing is for us to bring it together, and that's by pushing this side first in, and then yeah, push that in, and now align this like that, and I think it's perfectly aligned. So the next step is to plug in the fiber of the screen. You might be wondering why I had covered this part. That was to make sure the lens is not touched while performing the screen placement process. Now the next thing is to going to keep it pressed down as I close its back together. Let me just clear that. Right now I believe there's nothing else I'm forgetting, so let me do this. I'm just cleaning off some excess. Okay, I think when I was scraping off stuff inside. Alright, so I'm done putting the screws. I'll put the adhesive, and then I'm putting the back together so that I can tie them together now. What am I going to do next is bring my threads to be able to tie it together, but I'm going to have to power on, and okay, now that I've powered on, let's bring our threads and be connecting. Hi Joshua, why you want to find problems with me? I'm telling you not to click anything or press anything. Oh yeah. Want to be a bad child. Things I have to first teach you before you press anything. You may delete my work. Meanwhile, the threads. Alright, so the threads are here. I think if you watched me long enough, you know that I like them because they distribute the tension evenly. So I stretch them out a little as I am tying, such that when they come together, they have a really strong bonding force. Okay, so we are going in the longitudinal side. Right, this is a bit tangled up. Don't know whether I'll be able to untangle it, but anyway, I can still tie without it compromising. As long as it doesn't release, I'll be okay. So after putting these threads, we will then put it on the oven at about 40 degrees. Okay, it's more of a hot plate with a controllable temperature. Then put the face of the screen down so that some of the solvent in this rubber glue evaporates to accelerate the drying process, so that the client can at least roughly start to use it. Now that I'm doing this, I think I better put her SIM card tray back before I forget. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and feel free to send any queries that you might have. Perhaps I could make for you a video to help you with the issue. Okay, so I think that's it for now. Let me now lock it away. I wonder why they decided to put glass at the back. So let's put it in there. So when this is dry, the client will just pull that and unravel the threads, and also we'll clean up the excess later on, but let it first dry so that this one can be removed slowly. It can actually be done by a client. I use excess glue so that every surface that needs to be bonded receives a bit of it. So let me again try testing, and then that's it. So thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share.